Okay, these are some Coronation Aces. They're on Riedell 950s. And we're going to look at the radius of curvature here, radius of hollow. If I go over here and look at the existing blade, 3/8 inch, a little bit larger radius than that. Here's a 7/16, which what it's supposed to be. Half inch, it's not. So these are 7/16. This is the blade wellness gauge. Ice Skating Conditioning Company. So I'm going to go ahead and dress the stone to 7/16 and go ahead and just needs a little bit of a touch up here. Of course, these are figure skates. John Wilson. These are 7.5, 7A size. They're 10 and looks like 10.5 inch blades. Okay, on the credible edger here, this is the radius of hollow. There's a 1/2 inch right there. The 0.5. That one is there is 3/8, which would be 6/16. 7/16 would be right there. And I'm going to rotate this around a little bit because of the get the wear on the diamond correct. And then you bring this over here like this. You gingerly bring this into it, almost touches, and then this is the fine adjust. So this brings it over. I'm going to bring it back like this, and then bring this in so it just about touches. What I'm doing here is I'm looking at I'm going to bring this close all the way out. I'm going to bring this in so it just touches. And I'm going to turn this back some. Okay, I've got this is the coarse adjust, this is the fine. I'll go ahead and turn the vacuum cleaner on. Vacuum cleaner on. And hit the foot switch. A little bit of touch. Should not. We got the stone dressed to 7/16. That stone's out of the way. I'm turn the vacuum off here for a second. Turn the vacuum off. I'm going to put the carriage on here. And I'm going to grab one of the skates. Coronation Ace. Now the reason this has got this gizmo like this is you can go through and get that in there sometimes a little bit easier. That's what this is for. Okay, start up here. This is so you don't scratch it. Goes on like this. Okay, got these out of the way. Flat part goes in the back like that. See if we can tighten this down. The flat of this back and the flat here to go together. Now these particular Coronation Ace, these have got flat sides, they're not tapered. Then I'm going to go ahead and kick the fan on, and I'm going to go ahead and take one adjust through here and check to see where I am, because I did another pair of skates yesterday. But I'm going to vacuum cleaner on here, and we're going to take one cut. Let me hit the flick switch. Some people go back and forth like this too. You can pull the whole carriage off like this. See what you're doing. Put an edge checker on the check. See if you're square. And if your front to back is off, you could have it to where it's like this at one end and exaggerated this at the other end. You really want one of these sometimes to be longer. I've found a lot of times if I mic the skate through here and keep a track record in my book or mark it on the skate actually, then you'll know if you put an X pair on and it's got the same thickness, you don't have to goof around with the adjustments. Every now and then you'll find some that are wonky in the sense that they're off a little bit. I'm going to take some buffing compound. Put a little bit on the wheel. And take one last cut here. That's about it. Here's the other pair. Here's the other pair. And a little bit more to take off. On this edge on here, got to get to where that edge, that little corner here is sharp. This has got a bevel on here, so what you're going into is you have the flat here, and this is a bevel down, and so the radius of hollow is actually going to the edge into that bevel. So these are carbon steel. That's why they're chromed on the side. So you don't side hone these on here because you've got this chamfer on here. It's not going to do anything. In fact, you're going to ruin the chrome. So you can go ahead and pull the whole skate off. You come over here, skate with the whole holder. You can still leave it in there, which is kind of neat, and play around with it to see if you're on the money. And so this edge on here, this is a Coronation Ace. The edge on there is such that this may be obvious, but the skate is like this. you got these pieces that have been ground. It's really like this. So the wheel I've got through here is spinning, cutting this. This is the 7/16. So on figure skates, you can't just go sit there and assume. You need to look at the blades, and you really need to look to see what type of blades. It's totally different than hockey skates. In the sense, you get a pair of hockey skates like this, typically this is always parallel through here. So you've got a really good datum. And you do on a lot of figure skates, you do on this, but not always. And so I've just gone through and sharpened this. And you want to just take the minimum you need to take off, because the profile is very important. The part where you spin on here, and you don't want to sit there and wail on this thing. You don't want to grind the tip down or anything through there. So you want to take the minimum amount possible off. And over here, what I do is I actually go through and mark the radius of hollow. That's the size. I do that for my own sanity, because I just want to kind of know where I am on stuff. Of course, in the old Sparks unit here, like this, the radius of hollow is typically used for hockey skates.